Hey everyone, so I have decided that I'm going to do a twin mommy tag. I have been searching on YouTube for other tags that twin mothers have done, and I haven't come across anything. I thought this could be a good way for all of us to get to know each other a little bit better. So I am tagging all of the twin mommies that are watching this. So if you're watching this, give me a video response. If you know twin mummies, then you tag them as well. Get them to do this video. I think it'd be a good way for all of us to connect. So yeah, so I'm gonna start. I wrote some questions here on my phone. I think I'm being disrupted. Sorry about that. My oldest doesn't understand that bedtime means mommy time, so stay upstairs. You can read in your room, just stay upstairs. Okay, so on with the questions. Let me find them here. Okay, how old are your twins? My twins are 6.5 months old. What is their birthday? Their birthday is May 11th, 2011. Are they fraternal or identical? My twins are fraternal. Are they boy-boy, girl-girl, or boy-girl? My twins are boy. I have a boy and a girl. What are their names? Their names are, my son's name is Jackson, and my daughter's name is Leah. Was your pregnancy spontaneous, or did you get pregnant through fertility treatments? My pregnancy with them was spontaneous. Quite a fluke, I guess. How far along in your pregnancy did you find out you were expecting twins? I found out at 13 weeks and 3 days. What was your reaction? Oh my God. I was beyond shocked. Yeah, I could not believe that this was happening to us. I was like speechless. I never thought that it would happen to me. You know, I never thought that I don't know. It still boggles my mind to this day. I catch myself saying a lot to Aaron, like, oh my God, like, I can't believe we have twins. Like, who would have thought? What was your partner's reaction? Aaron, he reacted very good. He was so happy and excited, like, right from the get-go. He never seemed freaked out at all. Like, he was the calm one of the two of us. I was the one that was freaking out, trying to be logical about everything. Like, financially, it was going to be, like, so much tougher, and like, how am I supposed to do this? Like, I know how hard it is with one baby, like, because we also have a 3-year-old. And if you watch my other videos, you've seen her, and she is quite a handful. And like, I remember looking back, like, when she was a newborn, and I was not sure if I was cut out to take care of 2 newborns at the same time. So I was really, really, really freaked out. There was a couple of days where I actually was devastated. Like, it wasn't something that I had ever hoped for as like a child, or you know, like those girls are like, oh, I wish I had twins. Yeah, I wasn't one of those. Okay, next question. How many weeks pregnant were you when you delivered them? They were born at 36 weeks and 4 days. Did you have a vaginal or birth or a C-section? I had them vaginally. They were in a very good position for that to all go that way. I really did not want a C-section. I didn't want to have to recover from surgery and take care of 2 newborns. Once again, me being freaked out about taking care of 2 newborns. Yeah, I wanted to make it as easy on myself as I possibly could. You know, I have nothing against women who choose to have C-sections with their multiples, but I just kind of wanted to avoid it. Like, if I could deliver them vaginally, I wanted to. What were the weight of your babies at birth? So they were born at 36 and 4, did I say? Jackson was 5 pounds 8 ounces, and Leah was 5 pounds 5 ounces. How many minutes apart were they born? Sorry about that. Interrupted again. Anyway. Oh, the joys of a 3-year-old. They say terrible 2s were bad. Yeah, I think 3 is worse. How many minutes apart were they? They were 3 minutes apart. Jackson was twin A, and he was born head down. He was born first. And Leah was pulled out by her feet 3 minutes later. My birth video is loaded. I do have it like in my uploads, whatever side that is. You can check that out if you want to. Are your babies breastfed or formula fed? I breastfed them for their first 2 months. That whole time I was supplementing with formula. I think that I made a really big mistake when I was in the hospital. The first night that they were born, the nurses offered to take the babies to the nurses station. At the hospital that I delivered at, they didn't have a nursery. They knew that I would like some rest and stuff because they were born at 8 o'clock at night. So they were like, you know, fresh out, and I was exhausted, and so the nurses were like, you know, just let us take them. And then they asked me, do you want us to bring them to you and wake you up when they need to be fed, or do you want us to just give them a little bit of formula? And in my state of exhaustion, I said, just give them a little bit of formula. And I think that is where I went wrong. Instead of trying to stimulate the supply and to get the milk flowing, when they were hungry, they were just getting it from somewhere else. So there was like a misconnection somewhere. So right from the beginning, as soon as my milk came in, there was not enough milk. I think that if I would have just stuck with the breastfeeding exclusively, we would have been a lot better off, and I probably maybe would have been able to breastfeed them exclusively. But the whole time I breastfed them for those 2 months, I was constantly trying to up my supply because it was just not enough. I would breastfeed them until they were whining because there was nothing, and then they would get a bottle of formula, and I was pumping after that. So every time they would eat, it would be like an hour and a half for that entire feeding, from the time I started nursing them until the time that I was done pumping. And that was even in the middle of the night because they were small, I guess. They wanted me to feed them every 3 hours. Like, I had to wake them up if they were not up. It was a nightmare. Anyway, so that whole time I tried to get them to I could try to up my supply. It just wasn't working. I was going insane. My supply was dropping towards the end, and I just said, that's it. Like, they've been getting formula this whole time. I'll use up my freezer stash that I have of pump milk, and then that is it. Like, I can't do it anymore. And yeah, maybe I'll get into all that in another video, but like it's quite a story. Anyway, do you keep them on a schedule? Yes, I do. They are on pretty much the exact same schedule. I think if they weren't, I would lose my mind. So they eat at the same time, they sleep at the same time, they play at the same time. Yeah, if one wakes up to eat and the other one's still sleeping, I wake that one up and eat and feed them too, because if not, they'll be waking up in like an hour after that looking for something, and I would never get any rest or sleep. Hardest part about newborn twins. I would have to say just adjusting to life in general. The lack of sleep, because I was doing the nursing, bottle feeding, pumping. So it took an hour and a half, and they were, and they were eating every 3 hours. So I was only getting an hour and a half of rest between feedings, where I was actually like not doing anything, where I could sleep or shower or whatever. And that time really went by so fast, and so I was just exhausted. Also, I think during that time to try to help Marley adjust to life with being a big sister of twins. She was so used to being the center of attention, and you know, we didn't want her to feel like she was just kind of thrown on the sidelines. Like, we wanted her to be involved and to help, and just to know that we're not abandoning her for the babies. And I think that was really hard to try and juggle all that within the first month or so, like trying to get everyone adjusted, and yeah, it was very challenging. What have you found the most difficult so far? Oh dear. I would say I don't know. Trying to juggle my 3-year-old and the twins. I find that Marley is starting to, I don't know if she's like jealous or what, but she is always, like, whenever I sit down to feed the twins, like if Aaron's working, like he works a lot, and so it's mostly me that's home alone with the kids. So if I'm alone and I'm sitting on the couch feeding them, and she asked me, like, "Mommy, can you get me a drink?" Or, "Mommy, can I have a snack?" And I think she expects me to just jump up and get it for her. And obviously I can't do that. So she is really struggling with that. And then, you know, that really frustrates me, because, like, you know, I don't want her to think that her needs are not important. Like, I want her to know that, you know, she is just as important as these babies, but I don't think she gets that the babies can't do anything for themselves. Like, I have to feed them in order for them to eat. And she doesn't understand that I can't just jump up and get whatever she wants. Sorry about that. My memory card was full, so I had to delete some things to finish the video off. Anyway, so actually I am on the last question now. My last question is tips for new mothers of twins. My biggest tip would be get as much sleep as you possibly can before those babies arrive. Sleep, 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 and if you think you can't sleep anymore, go back to sleep a little longer. What else? Go get a pedicure, do nice things for yourself. Try to line up some meals that you can have once the babies come. Whenever you make dinner, make extra. Stick it in the freezer. Things that are good like that are shepherd's pie, pasta sauces, lasagna, soup, stew, those kind of things you can just pull out of the freezer and stick it in the oven or heat it up, and you're ready for a meal. You're good to go. So I would recommend doing that. What else? Research as much as you can. Try to learn as much as you can about the first few weeks with twins. It really throws you for a curveball. I mean, it is so much different than than having one newborn. Like, it's just a totally different ballpark. Like, different, like crazy. It's insane. Anyway, yeah, just rest. Do something nice for yourself. Go get a pedicure, go get a manicure, a massage. Pregnancy massages are great. Go see your chiropractor. Yeah, just, you know, take in, you know, your last little bit of you time, because when those babies come, your life is going to change. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. So please do a video response to this and I will check it out. And please subscribe to my channel. I'm making new videos now every so often. Check out my other videos that I have in the sidebar. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.